All right, guys. So today we're going to be looking at materials and how to change materials of objects and how things look. So I've got my workbench here that I've been working on. And so I want to color this up a little bit. And so first thing I want to do is I can change the physical materials of objects. So if I go to modify physical material, I can go down through this list and pick materials for things. So this is all wood. So I'm going to pick wood, and I used plywood. I don't have that, so I'm just going to pick some oak. So I'll just apply that to these objects. And you can see it also added the material up there. So I added that there. These pins were steel, which is the default material for the hinges, so it was already there. I didn't really need to do that. So I'll stick it on the back panel, and then that piece there. I can drag it from there, or I could drag it from here, either way. And so now I've added those in. Now I can actually go in to those things. So I had some of these as components. So like this door was component. Go right click on that, go to properties, and I can see the material is oak. And I can see what that door is going to weigh. The rest of this I had done just as bodies underneath the main component, and so I would need to go in, make those all into pieces in order to, I can't see the property, or I guess I can change that. So I can change the property that. So let's see this piece right here, right click, properties, so I can see the properties of that body. So how much is that body going to weigh, what's the volume of it, the mat, all that stuff. So I could do that. And so that's all oak. Great, but I stained it. I didn't just leave it in natural. So I wanted to change that up. So in that case, I'm just going to go to hit A, or go to modify appearance to change how it looks. So now I can go in, and you can see now there's two different types of wood. There's wood and wood solid. If I go into the wood, I can look at different options. And so if I pull this up, I can click on it. Now I can do a little bit of modifying to it, and things like that. I could add a new image here. If I wanted to make it a little bit darker, I could go in and go into Photoshop and edit that image, and then pick a new image there to do that. But also, if I did the solid material, you can see I kind of have some of the same options. So I've got some options here, and I've got ones here that I can download. So maybe I want this to be dark wood. I want it stained. I don't want to just make it a painted. So I'm going to use this 3D walnut here. I don't have those options here. And so I can grab it, and I can just drag it over and apply it to the different pieces. So I wanted these bottom pieces all to be that. And so that's good. And I also made this door, the side panel there. But I want this front and side edge of this piece to be the dark also. And so then I can go over here and just go to faces. I can grab that and drag it just to that individual. Oh, that's right. That walnut can't be applied. That was the difference. So the 3Ds can't be applied to a face. They have to be applied to an entire object. So I will have to go into one of these or up into the paint. And since it's such a small area, maybe I'll just go to the paint and do a rough powder coat. And there's a black one there. Looks a little bit like it, but there it is. I can see that here, and I can double click on it, and I can kind of go in and adjust the color of it until I get a color that's a little bit closer, because it's not solid black, but you can see over here now it's a lot closer in color rather than the solid black. So bring that up to like there. Okay, and then I also wanted the insides all to be the black also. And there. And so that's how the workbench looks now. So that's how we add appearance materials to things. We can also go in, we'll do rendering next week and talk about adjusting, because like here the grain's going up and down, but I really want to go sideways. We'll go in and fix that next week when we get into rendering. So we can do that. We can also, this wall, it's not, I don't have gray walls. It's kind of, my walls you can see behind me are kind of a peachy color. So we're just going to go to appearance. I'm just going to pick, yeah, kind of that rough one. I'll pull down the gray. Oh, great. I guess I'm waiting on an update right here. So it's not going to let me download a material. So I'll just go to, let me see what else we got. Classic, no. Maybe some, no, those are all. So I'll just do a glossy, and I'll just do this white, and I'll just apply that to it. That brings out here, now I can double click on it. I can go in here, make it a little rougher, bring down the reflectance. It's not going to be as shiny. Then I can go to advanced and do the same kind of things. So bring the reflectance down more, bring the roughness up a little bit, and then change the color. So the color here, and now I'll go over and I'll adjust it to get kind of the tan kind of peachy color I have on the wall. And there we go. So that's how I can go in and adjust the properties of this for the appearance. So now it looks a little bit more realistic, and it's getting ready for rendering next week. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Go wild, start applying materials. I usually don't add any of the physical materials or the appearances until I'm done with the model. I just find it easier to work with it if it's just that plain gray or a solid color that's not super shiny or anything. Usually I'll do if it's something gonna be super shiny, maybe I'll do it as just a softer tone of that if I want to see some difference between the parts as I'm working. But I won't do the wood grain or anything like that unless I really need to. Maybe if I need to check the weight, I'll change the physical properties, but then I will put another appearance onto it that's kind of plain again, just so that it's a little bit easier to see. Imagine if this was a part that had a bunch of edges. I could tell there's a difference between the edge of the part and the grain or something like that. So that's how I work. I know some people that like to work with things that are super shiny, like they'll put the gold material on everything and work with it. It hurts my eyes, but they like it. So while you're working, do whatever works for you. All right, bye.